What if I told you that one small habit is quietly controlling your life? Yesterday, I did something that honestly scared me. I turned off my phone for 24 hours, no scrolling, no messages, no social media. And what I discovered shocked me. I felt anxious. I felt bored. I even felt lost. But by the end of the day, I felt calm in a way I haven't felt in years. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened and how it changed the way I see my life. Before we continue, if you want to improve your English while listening to real, emotional stories like this, stories about real life, real feelings, and real growth, then subscribe now to Boost English. Because every episode is simple, calm, and designed to help you think in English naturally. Don't just watch, grow with us. Now, let's begin. Yesterday, I did something that honestly scared me. I decided to spend one full day without my phone. No scrolling, no messages, no social media, no checking notifications. Just me. When I made that decision, I felt nervous. My phone is always with me. It feels safe. It feels normal. So I wondered, why am I afraid to be without it for just one day? That question stayed in my mind. Today, I want to share how I felt, not just what I did. And if you like calm, emotional English stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's begin. In the morning, I opened my eyes. My hand automatically moved to grab my phone, but it wasn't there. I felt a small shock in my chest, almost like panic. What time is it? Did someone text me? Did I miss something important? My heart beat a little faster. It was strange. Nothing bad was happening, but my brain felt uncomfortable. I realized how dependent I had become. That feeling surprised me. I didn't like that I needed it so much. So I sat quietly. I took a deep breath. Slowly, I started to calm down. During breakfast, something felt different, too quiet. Usually, I watch videos while eating. Today, there was only silence. At first, I felt restless. My mind wanted noise. It wanted distraction. But after a few minutes, something changed. I began to notice small things: the warmth of my tea, the sound of the spoon, the taste of my food. I felt present. It was simple, but it felt peaceful. I didn't realize how much I missed this feeling. Around midday, I felt bored, very bored, and honestly, a little irritated. I walked around my room. I sat down. I stood up again. I didn't know what to do. Normally, I would scroll. Scrolling fills empty moments. Without my phone, those empty moments felt bigger. I felt uncomfortable with my own thoughts. That feeling was powerful. It made me realize something. Maybe I use my phone to avoid silence, to avoid thinking. That thought made me quiet. In the afternoon, something interesting happened. The anxiety slowly disappeared. I started cleaning my desk. I organized my books. I opened a book and began reading. And I felt focused, truly focused. No buzzing, no notifications, no interruptions. My mind felt clear. It felt light. I didn't feel rushed. Time moved slower, but in a peaceful way. For the first time in a long time, I felt fully in control of my attention. That feeling made me proud. Later, I spoke with a family member. It was a simple moment, nothing special, just a normal conversation in the living room. But something about it felt different from the beginning. Usually when I talk to someone, my phone is always near me, on the table, in my hand, in my pocket. And even if I don't use it much, I still check it, just for a second, just a quick look, a small glance at the screen. But that second changes everything. That 1 second sends a quiet message. It says, something else might be more important. I never thought about that before. It felt normal to check my phone while someone was talking. I told myself, I'm still listening. But was I really? That day, my phone was in another room. There were no notifications, no vibrations, no screen lighting up, just silence. When my family member started speaking, I noticed something interesting. My body felt different. My hands were still. My eyes were focused. There was nothing pulling my attention away. For the first time in a long time, I didn't feel divided. I wasn't half in the conversation and half in the digital world. I was fully there. At first, it felt intense. Looking directly into someone's eyes for a long time can feel uncomfortable. It feels vulnerable, but I didn't look away. I listened carefully, not just to the words, but to the tone, to the pauses, to the emotions behind the sentences. I noticed small details, the way their voice changed when they talked about something important, the small smile when they remembered something funny, the slight sadness when they mentioned stress. Normally, I would have missed those details because normally my attention is broke. This time, my attention was whole. The conversation slowed. It felt warm, safe. I wasn't waiting to speak. I was just listening. When I answered, my words were honest. I saw a real smile, and I smiled too. In that moment, I understood. Attention is love. You matter. I am here. No phone, just presence. That moment touched my heart deeply because I realized how many times I had been physically present but mentally somewhere else. How many conversations had I only half heard? How many small emotional details had I missed? It made me feel a little sad, but also grateful. Grateful that I could see the difference now. Grateful that it wasn't too late to change. As the conversation continued, I felt lighter, calmer, more grounded. There was no rush to end it, no silent desire to check something. Time felt slower. In a beautiful way, I could feel the room, the quiet background sounds, the warmth of the space, and the connection between us. When the conversation ended, I didn't feel drained. I felt full, emotionally full, satisfied in a way that scrolling on my phone never gives me. Scrolling gives quick pleasure, quick stimulation, but this gave something deeper. It gave meaning. Afterwards, I sat alone for a few minutes. I thought about what had just happened. Nothing dramatic, nothing big, just a conversation, but it felt important because it reminded me that real life is happening in front of us, not on a screen, not in notifications, but in faces, in voices, in shared silence. I realized how powerful full attention truly is. It builds trust, it builds connection, it builds understanding, and it costs nothing, just presence. That simple moment changed the way I see conversations. Now I ask myself, when I speak to someone, am I really there, or am I somewhere else? That day, without my phone, I experienced what real listening feels like, and honestly, it felt beautiful. At night, I sat on my bed and thought about the day. In the morning, I felt anxious. During the day, I felt bored. But by the evening, I felt calm, peaceful, clear. I learned something important. My phone is not bad, but sometimes I let it control my time and emotions. One day without, it helped me understand myself better. It showed me my habits, my fears, my distractions, and also my strength. Because I did it. Even when it felt uncomfortable, that made me feel confident. Maybe I will not stop using my phone. But now I feel more aware, more balanced, more present, and that feels good. So let me ask you, how would you feel without your phone for one day? Anxious, free, bored, peaceful? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoy emotional, slow English stories that help you improve naturally, subscribe to Boost English. Practice a little every day, stay present, stay mindful, and keep speaking English. So at the end of the day, I didn't just learn that I could live without my phone. I learned that I could live without constant noise, without constant distraction, without constantly escaping my own thoughts. And that realization felt powerful. It reminded me that sometimes the things we fear the most are actually the things that free us. Maybe your challenge is not your phone. Maybe it's speaking English. Maybe you feel shy. Maybe you feel nervous. Maybe you think, I'm not good enough. But growth always begins with discomfort, the same way I felt anxious without my phone. You might feel anxious speaking English, and that's okay. Because on the other side of that discomfort, there is confidence, there is clarity, there is freedom. So here's my challenge for you. Do one uncomfortable thing this week. Speak one full sentence in English, record your voice once, or spend 1 hour without your phone. Small courage creates big change. And if you want to keep improving your English in a calm, supportive way, subscribe to Boost English right now because this is not just a channel, it's a journey. And I want you to grow with us. Comment below, what is one small challenge you will try this week? I read your comments. I see your effort and I believe in your progress. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next episode.